your lunch fell down into the back seat where I'm seated. Is that correct?
It's rolled under Hesmac's chair, and he can't get it. He's got to concentrate on driving. It's a big dilemma for him right now.
Well, of course, Asgara has no real sense of the way you all keep food around. I mean, he can produce energy for himself pretty easily. So when he sees this, he believes it's just another piece of trash and decides that he should offer it to the outside world. And so he does so, tossing it sidelong out the window, where it bounces and bounces and bounces, and rolls open to reveal that the lunch was a pile of worm-ridden maggots the whole time. One of Hesmac's chrono devices had aged the meal beyond repair. But this, even though I've saved him from this terrible fate, it doesn't save us all, because out of the cliffside comes a great shadowy form. And who was the? Is there someone left, or is this going to the Rashid? Okay. There's a great shadowy form of what appears to be an ancient dragon. It's not quite as big as Landchrist, and in fact, Landchrist may even realize that this is no dragon at all, but the poor shadowy soul of a dragon long dead. So slightly more dangerous than a sandwich, but good luck, Rashid.
All right.
I just want to point out that that's clearly the cover story that Hesmac gives, is that his chrono device went bad. Now where is he going to get his protein from?
Double twist ending. Hesmac loved the worms.
Good boy, little buddies. You find out that it was part of that dead halfling, and he's all about the Soylent Green halfling style.
Oh, gross. This entire party is gross.
That's too dark. We're the Fellowship. We're good guys.
Hey, I'm not gross, Caesar. I'm just...
That's true. You and Landchrist are okay.
Nebbish and bad at wizarding, somehow.
All right.
Okay, so Rasheen will stand up from where he is, perhaps in the back seat of the Guzzler, which is riding open cab right now for some reason.
Wind in our hairs. Come on.
Yes, absolutely. As the wind rustles dramatically, rustles his hair dramatically. Yes, he will espy this ancient, tortured dragon soul coming their way, and being that we have Landchrist here and all that, he has at least some familiarity with dragons. Plus, they're kind of ancient enemy and all that, and notices the shadowy nature of this being and its tormented moans, and he raises his sword to the sky. And if recall, this sword is a heirloom weapon, precious artifact of dwarven make, and it shines with a great light. For this is a blade that casts aside all falsehoods and illusions and exposes the truth. But it's not a sword of truth, just to be clear about that. Yeah. And so using the light of the blade, he abjures the spirit and commands it to go in peace and find rest, with the assurance that they, you can tell that most likely it was brought low by the Overlord or something like it, and insists that they will avenge it, even if it was a dragon.
Okay. The dragon spirit is so appeased and returns to its barrow, or, wherever it was before. leaving you with a message that it believes in you, and it may return to meet you again at some point. So what's the last...
And then it calls him the Seeker.
No,
Ah.
that doesn't happen. That's veto.
Too late. You can't undo my lower edition.
Oh my god, where did all these bondage chains come from?
All right, so what's the last problem?
The last problem is that as we near our destination, the guzzler seems to run out of gas.
Oh no.
It just
For some reason, Hesmac just starts beating Rashid.
I join in.
This is your doing. I know it is.
it's almost as if the ambient magic and power that Rashid had to invoke in order to lay the dragon to rest somehow siphoned the same energy that the guzzler was using to power its motility.
Uh-oh.
Or he was huffing petrol.
There's only one person left, then.
I think-
That's the Overlord.
Yeah, it's just Langrist.
Lankrist
Yes,
already
if
solved
only the
Caesar's
Overlord
problem.
could help us.
No, I solved Caesar's problem.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Lankrist has to solve the problem of the car not having gas.
Oh man.
I've solved it with probably urine. Try probably urine.
You don't want the dragon to pee on you.
Well, it might be an okay fuel source for a chrono dwarf car.
He gave us. Even though you're a celebrity, you can't just bring your fetishes to this table. All right.
I'm sorry.
Have you not seen our tabletops? This is where we
actually
get
pretty
it all
light.
out.
Yeah, everybody brings their fetishes here. It's a safe space.
Okay, so I solve it.
Yep.
As a dragon, I pick up the car and I fly off with it.
Okay.
Depart to parts
direct
unknown.
approach.
Well,
All
we're
right.
going to the inn, so I'll just
Yeah.
fly the car.
No, the inn's actually called parts unknown.
Vroom, pada 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 vroom.
Hesmac doesn't even notice the car's out of gas. He's just,
By the way,
we're making good time.
Shirley, I'm going to put forward that possibly Lankrist and Rashid form a bond over this dragon abjuration business.
Okay.
In the sense that I don't know, perhaps Rashid showed respect to the tortured soul of one of your fellow dragons.
And perhaps encourage Lankrist to return your shit, though
Yeah.
he's still not going to apologize because you're an inferior race.
It's like, really, it was your fault for leaving it out.
Yeah, Caesar never
Basically.
suggested an apology, ever.
He'll probably steal something else again in a week, but then return it again. Sort of like a drug addict.
Oh,
Okay. Meanwhile, as Bentley Humbats, the Overlord's general, whom you returned to his state of orangutangness last session, runs off into the forests, he, over a few days, is confronted by a shadowy figure who stops him and lays a hand on its forehead. And with an agonized scream, Bentley suddenly returns to himself, ashamed at his brief sojourn as a wild creature, even though he kind of enjoyed climbing the trees and throwing poop at things. But he would never
Puts
admit
down his
that.
banana.
but who doesn't?
And he heads back towards the nearest Overlord's fortress to get a larger army with which to return and crush the fellowship that humbled him. And with all of that resolved, you arrive at the last inn.
AKA parts unknown.
I still found it a bit outlandish that this is the last inn. You'd think someone else would have opened one by now, but here we are.
Those sheep look delicious.
Yes, thank you. I added them myself. But this is, as far as you know, as far as anyone in this area, this enclave knows. The
I
baby
only
just took
hope
2
they-
steps.
Passable oat meat.
How exciting. All right. So, as far as anyone in this enclave knows, this is the last inn around. And you've arrived at it. You can see that the inn is a sturdy-looking wood frame building at the edge of the road. There's some goats out back. They've managed to keep them alive by trucking water all the way from the lake to keep the grass in there alive and the goats living. You can see, though, that the grass is looking a little sickly. Things aren't looking great. The desert is beginning to encroach even here, beyond the wall of trees, in the way that the soil is becoming less fertile. But there's a jolly stream of smoke rising from the inn's chimney, the chimney inn, if you will. And the front door is closed, but you can hear noises from inside. It seems that there are people here. And what's this inn called? It's the last inn, but it must have a name of some sort.
The 2-goat hip-hop.
I was
What?
thinking 2 goats something myself.
It's clearly called the Jam It In.
All right, done.
That's the name you wish to call it?
How about the?
Jam it in.
I disagree.
Yeah, we need something a little more respectable, like the.
Since I'm
That's
reading-
different Tug your braid.
The tugging braid. I like that.
I'm okay with the tugging braid.
the Tugging Braid Inn.
Okay. So there's a sign out
That's so
front.
different, guys.
It says the Tugging Braid Inn with a picture of a braid with a fist on it. Here you are.
It looks peaceful.
We're gonna find out.
I
there's
believe this
competitor.
place once served a different function than it does now, but nonetheless, we must rest.
You want to just hang out here?
I would
or-
like to look closer.
Okay. You look closely at the inn?
Sure. Let's
Why
do that.
not?
Basically, why am I calling myself Oscar? Caesar would like to take in the surroundings, particularly the scents.
Okay.
So that's with sense. Yay.
Okay. So I think that's 2 questions you get to ask.
That's true.
All right, go for it.
All right. What is going on here? What do my senses tell me, particularly my nose, that I don't have on my face?
Yes, you smell through your skin, I assume.
Obviously.
Okay. So, what is going on here? Well, it appears that the inn is engaged in its usual daily business. People sound like they're being served inside. You can smell food on the fire. It appears to smell like mostly vegetarian food because they've only got the 2 goats. So lots of, oats and stuff.
As a mushroom person, I'm deeply offended by this.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, you can hear people inside, the low buzz of conversation, and you can smell food.
All right. Is anything hidden or out of place here? If so, what looks suspicious?
Here, nothing appears to be out of place, aside from the encroaching desert. The last time you saw this area, it was much more verdant.
Unfortunate desertification.
Yeah.
I do not sense the overlord here. Let us go inside and rest, friends. And Caesar will lead the way.
Okay.
We've had a rough couple of days, so Bentley will follow with no hesitation.
Great.
Well, if Bentley trusts it, Rasheen trusts in his judgment, so he will follow as well.
Hesmac was already heading towards the door.
Well, then Hesmac will lead the way.
No. He's like stopping to take it all in, and Caesar goes past him. Oh, Caesar. Have you been here before?
On my way to the Hobbit's former, what was it called? Fortress.
Yeah.
Ah.
I
So
passed
you-
by here once.
Yeah. You remember what to say when you walk in, right?
Say,
Yeah, the saying when you walk in. You know. Go on, head on in.
all right, he does head on in, but he doesn't know what he's supposed to say. So instead, he just raises his arms above his head and says, "Hello, friends. We are here."
All right, and if you scroll down,
Oh, cheese wheels.
Oh, they look like Pac-Mans.
They do look like Pac-Mans. Oh my god, people are there.
they sure are. All right, you've arrived in the inn. Caesar raised his arms and said, "Hello, friends." A few people turn around and raise their arms back to him. And behind the bar, there is an ogre who's about 3 times the size of any of the humans there, and he raises his arms as well and says, "Welcome."
You did know the
Excellent.
saying. I knew it.
Caesar will wander in then, and we'll claim this big table here.
Okay.
Big table.
Then we'll go in and sit next to the table because he doesn't fit on the chair.
Just lie on the table. Just curl up and take a dragon nap right on the table.
It's like a big scaly cat.
Sheen will take a seat next to Bentley.
Hesmac, it's your turn to lie on the table and take a cat nap.
Yeah,
Yeah, the dwarf can lie on the table.
he stands on the table, however.
We all start throwing coins at his feet and clapping.
Oh my, table dancer.
Oh, stop that. Oh, that one nearly hit me eye.
You know, I never noticed before, but you have wonderful pants, Hesmac.
Glorious, aren't they? It's all right if you are a little bit jealous of them. They do represent the great beyond.
Well, not really. I don't have any pants.
We can get you some. I know a tailor.
He's probably been killed by the Overlord already, but I'll take you up on your offer if he's still alive.
I do hope Tim, the Toolman Taylor, is still alive.
All right, so the large ogre barkeep sees Lancrest's dilemma and, with a smile, brings over a larger-than-usual chair for the dragon.
Lancrest
Oh,
is
man.
really excited by this.
Oh man, this guy is so getting the Emperor's tip.
He gets it.
Lancrest is already
There you
planning
go.
the guy with Rasheen's loot.
Aw. It's like, where did my giant sack of gold go?
It keeps vanishing.
Yeah. Well, I'll just confiscate another one.
We're so heroic.
Well, Caesar, you've met this guy before. What's his name?
Good question. That would be Grom.
Masala.
Yeah, Grom Masala.
Gram Masala, proprietor of the Tugging Braid Inn. Looks very old, but also very happy. He's a very friendly ogre. Bit of an outcast among his own people because of that, And he decided that instead of eating everyone else, he would feed them. So
He's a very progressive ogre.
Very
We
progressive.
just don't ask what the meat is.
Is that what Hezmak is asking?
No, we never ask.
Well, are you hungry, travelers? Or thirsty, perhaps?
I would find succor in both.
Oh, yeah, that'll wet me whistle and fill me belly. You've got the creamy goat ready, right?
Of course.
The what now?
Oh, creamy goat. If you've not had Garam's creamy goat, you're missing out, son.
I'll take some of that then.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to ask the rest of you.
Oh, Garam.
A creamy goat for all of us.
I have never sampled goat cream, but I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Very well.
You humans. So disgusting.
So Grom goes back behind the bar and starts preparing some creamy goats. And you guys have a bit of time to chat if you want. He's back there. He's got some big mugs. He's got some kind of clear, strong-smelling alcohol that he's pouring into them. Sort of dark, rich-smelling. It looks a little bit like a liqueur of some sort that he adds in there. And then on top of that, he starts adding in some goat cream.
Oh, I can smell it.
Different from mushroom vodka, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, it uses mushroom vodka as its base.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
You're
you're drinking orcs.
You're saying you're making mushroom vodka with a goat cream. Is there like coffee liquor in it as well? Is this just a White Russian?
No,
probably exactly what
it's
it
a creamy goat with orcish vodka and some type of, as I said, rich, dark liqueur and goat cream.
Afterwards, you're gonna have to go see a guy, but don't worry. He's good and he's thorough.
Thank goodness.
All right, and he brings them back over to you. There you go. 6 creamy goats.
6 creamy goats.
Oh, pass mine down to Landchrist. I don't eat this. I forgot. I don't have a mouth.
Oh, that's very sad. Grom says and passes it over to Landchrist as well. There you go, 2 creamy goats.
And Chris looks into them like he wishes there was actual goat in them.
Alas.
So, Landchrist, tell me, we haven't had time to talk since we last saw each other, thousands of years ago. Why is it that you've decided that now would be a good time to join with these smaller, normal folk instead of, eating them all?
Well, there's not a lot of options left for people to collaborate with against the Overlord since, well, you know what is going on with all the other dragons. And, the Overlord is really just interfering with my powers. So it's pretty personal for me.
I know exactly how you feel.
Caesar's terror of Landchrist lightning is increasing as he realizes that Landchrist was more powerful at one point.
And then he's talking like he obviously wants to get back to that point.
No one should have that much lightning.
Oh, I had so much lightning back in the day.
Yeah, they used to call you Landcrest the Rod, didn't they?
Lancris slowly tilts his head.
I might have made that one up.
Rasheen is like tilting
No,
his
no.
head.
If I remember correctly,
Why would you call him a rod?
well, if I remember correctly, all the legends said his power was channeled out of one limb, but it's a little fuzzy. It's been a long time. These were all secondhand stories.
Lancris is looking like he's wondering why he did come out and hang out with these lesser races now.
You know, for a race that lives beneath the earth, it's quite strange how the Guaduans seem to have so many myths about everybody.
Indeed, it's like we've been watching you forever and ever and ever.
Unsettling.
Caesar kind of nods, totally agreeing with this.
Oh, don't worry, Rasheen. Lots of people have been watching everyone forever and ever and ever.
This does
Making
not
him feel
make me
way
feel
better.
better.
Yeah, Rasheen, just
Everybody
remember,
spying on
we're
everybody.
always watching you.
This is the best pep talk.
Watching, judging, deliberating.
What we're saying is just, don't mess up.
It's almost like my parents are alive again.
Oh, too soon, mate, too soon.
So as you're enjoying your creamy goats and chatting with each other, you start to hear the goats outside bleating. They seem upset.
Oh no. Oh no.
New creatures are trying to communicate with us.
Oh, are they
They
singing
sound
again?
distressed. Perhaps we should go check on them.
Does seem to be a disturbance.
In the force.
I know because I rolled my force points.
Well, Lancris seems very interested in these noises, so he gets up and goes outside
Maybe
rather
he'll get to
quickly
eat a goat.
because he thinks he might have a chance to eat them if they're being
Lanc-
killed.
Landcrest just shoves us all back inside as we try to go help.
I'll investigate and come back. Yeah, the goats ran away.
Oh, those goats, they're just done for, man.
Those goats sure are gone. Okay. So you're going to go and investigate outside?
Yeah,
Sweetly.
I'm gonna go out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put in a break here, and when we return, you're going to go outside.
Dun dun.
So until then, all the best.